Hello, and welcome, all you lovely people on the internet, to Bits and Pieces. Guess who it is? The Baron. The guy who does reviews every now and then and posts videos and, Anyhow, here we are, two different glasses that are as clean as I can get them, because in my house I don't bother cleaning things that often, I must admit. At least when it comes to glassware, because I don't use it that often. And as a result, I actually found these two were coated in dust, so I gave them a bit of a wipe down. Found that didn't really do much. Put them into the tap. Found that helped it a little bit. Put a little bit of soap in with it, and actually found that actually helped clean them. Yes. Who'd have thought it? If you actually want something cleaned, you have to actually clean it. Well, on that note, you may have guessed that as I have provided glasses, that means I must be drinking something. So it must be some sort of drinking comparison. It only took me about a minute and 20 odd seconds to actually tell you that. But what on earth could I possibly be testing out today? Well, here we are. Coca-Cola Life and regular Coca-Cola. Now, for those that don't know, Coca-Cola Life, it's actually been on trial in a few different countries. I think it was in Argentina from last year onwards. It's more recently came into testing in the UK. It's lower calories because it's got less in the way of sugar, because it's using stevia instead, whereas regular Coke, more calories. These are the new 1.75 litre bottles that they've insisted on bringing in for some reason. This was actually on special offer. It was only £1, whereas this was £1.50 something or other. And it wasn't even on a buy one for two sort of offer, but this was actually on reduction for some reason. I saw smaller, regular little bottles that you could fit inside a lunchbox. That was going for more than the regular, but they were both part of meal deals, so you never know, you might hit luck. You might, depend on where you live, obviously. Just a little look at all the bits and pieces here. Sugar is 17 grams, whereas there we are, sugar is 27 grams. And of course it says sugar on both of them, but it's stevia here instead of sugar, which you actually get in there, or aspartame, which you get in diet drinks. Gotta admit, I like the look of the colouring. It's different, but it doesn't really stand out that much. You get the logo and life. Not quite sure what they're going with there. It's supposed to mean that it just improves your life or something, but well, I suppose without any further ado I should really test it. But which one which? Which one's first, rather? You'd think I'd been drinking. Something else other than this, you'd think. Well, let's think. There's an age-old method of testing which I believe would be most appropriate. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a something or other that is not offensive to any particular ethnic minority or majority or any special interest groups whatsoever by the two. If it squeals, let it go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. A regular Coke. Well, it would actually make more sense to do that last, I think. So if we test this first, ooh, that feels good, and then test this second, we should be able to get a more or less fair comparison, I think. That's just what I think. So we'll put this back here, open this one, and we shall pour. Oh yes, this is what you come onto the internet for. Hot pouring action. I said pouring, not whoring. I don't know if the camera's picking up, but you can hear the noise of the bubbles quite nicely as it settles. It looks the same. It smells the same as far as I can tell. Let's just take a look. Some more hot pouring action. And as you can see by that, in both cases I've allowed the glasses to settle while I was tightening the lids back onto the glasses. Onto the bottles. And you've seen how much longer it took the stevia to settle than it did the regular Coke. That's unusual, I suppose, but maybe that's just the ingredients for you. As you can see, the regular Coke is all settled. The head has gone. And as far as I can tell, the smell is more or less the same. But when you compare them side by side, stevia, the regular, there is still some of the fizz left over. There is still, in comparison, some of the fizzy stuff left over. So just to remind everyone, regular Coke on our right, stevia or life on our left. Now I have actually tried some of this stuff before, so I've got an idea of what the taste is like. And in all honesty, I haven't noticed any difference, but then I haven't drank a regular Coke at the same time to do a comparison. So here we go, bottoms up. And my first impression when I drink it, it doesn't hit you in the same way that regular Coke is. These are both chilled, by the way. They've been in the fridge for a good couple of hours. I bought the bottles earlier today. But it has a sort of stickier taste to it. It sticks more than I remember regular Coke doing. Let's have a go. Yes, that noticeably doesn't stick to the inside of your mouth in the same way. There's some differences there. But overall, I can't really pick up much difference in actual taste. I mean, it smells the same, it looks the same, apart from the additional fizz that you get around the sides. If you let it stay on your tongue for a little while, what I found with regular Coke is it does tend to have a little sort of tingly feeling if you do that. And you don't get that with the Life. Not that I'm complaining either way, because it's a somewhat nice feeling, I suppose, but not something I can go without. If that makes sense. And yes, when I have a drink of that one and leave that on the tongue, there is the tingle sensation. That's probably just the difference in sugars. As far as I can tell, that's really the only difference. Okay, everything else, all the other ingredients appear to be the same. It's always gone on the regular Coke that it's always natural flavours, no added preservatives since 1886. And this is obviously stating that it's got sweetness from natural sources. There's nothing on anything to suggest that it's changed any of the other ingredients. It's carbonated water. It does admit there is some sugar there. There is a colouring, there's a phosphorus acid in both cases, there's caffeine. There is a sweetener in this as well. And then it's got in brackets the steviol stuff. Or Stevie or whatever else, whatever other nicknames you might be coming up with, but in general, it's the same ingredients. There's some sugar in this, obviously, but then for the most part, it's the sweetener that is the steviol. Excuse me just 1 second. Yes, that was somewhat inevitable, wasn't it? A review like this, I was bound to end up belching at some point. Yes, that's basically it, though. That's your entertainment for the day. One burp out of me doing a review of 2 similar drinks which have slightly different ingredients in. Materials? Ugh. Some things obviously got to my brain. All one brain cell of it. Of course, this being a British bottle, it has share a Coke with Mum. I've seen share a Coke with Dad. I haven't seen anything sharing a Coke with Auntie or Aunt or Uncle or Grandfather or Grandmother. I have, however, seen bottles advertising that you should share a Coke with Dude. I have never once in my life came across anybody who actually has the name Dude as a first name. Maybe as a nickname, if they're from some sort of television show about westerns where they happen to work on a dude ranch. Or some surfer type who always goes, Dude! But that would be the exception. I've never actually met anybody like that, by the way. But they don't seem to be doing that with any of the other bottles, but, Well, if you have met somebody called Dude, by the way, leave a comment below and it'll probably be ignored. Well, I think that's really it. That's all we can really do. That's all we can say at the end of the day is that the taste is slightly different. It's got a slightly different feel when it goes in your mouth. And that's more or less it. If you can find it and it's on the cheap and you feel like cutting down your sugar intake, go for it. I believe it's about overall sugar content is supposed to be about 1/3 less than what you would get on the regular Coke. And as it's not aspartame, which is what's in the diet drinks, it's presumably healthier overall because there are some doubts about aspartame. Well, I'll leave it all then and let you get back on with your lives. Total Pipskis! Hello again, just a little amendment I was just literally putting everything away and I thought, what happens if I mix and match? Can you mix and match the two together? So that is regular Coke and Coke Light. That's a mixture of sugar and steviol, or whatever it's called. You'll notice that the fizz is completely gone. That's probably because it's been away for so long, it's been out and about for so long. Or it might have something to do with the mixture, who knows. But it smells no different from what it did before. And it tastes more like a regular Coke than anything else. That's probably because the amount of sugar has overwhelmed the steviol. Oh well. Total bit for real this time. Bye bye.